And there are different hornsmiths who will create these fine works of art. And these are modern reproductions. Now, some of them may look old, but some of the items that you're going to see are basically within 10 years old. But the horn workers today, and I don't know if you can get a shot of this one, do a fine job. This particular horn may look like it's several hundred years old, but this one was made within the last 5 years by a good friend of mine in Wyoming by the name of Scott Sibley, and his wife Kathy Sibley did the beautiful artwork on the side. Not only were horns a tool for the colonial frontiersmen, but they were also ended up becoming a history book. Many times, sitting by the fire, sitting in a cabin, on a ship, they would do intricate designs based on parts of their life, something that may have happened. So this is actually recorded history on a powder horn. And in this particular case, you see some Indians hunting a bear with dogs. So in this particular case, you'll be able to see the different designs. There's the bear, the dogs, and the Native Americans hunting. We have intricate map horns that were found in the French and Indian War and Revolutionary War. Some horns had mottos on it, live or die, different sayings to kind of strengthen and show their support for the United States of America and their patriotism. Another aspect that we deal with when we talk about the flintlock culture is the bag. This particular, what we call the hunting pouch or hunting bag sometimes, this would carry everything we needed to fire and work on our gun. And in the front of the table, I have various items that basically demonstrate some of the things that might have been carried in a frontiersman's kit. We have things such as compass, bag of shot. We have some tools that were used. We also have a small wallet, as well as a flint and steel, a small salt horn, a powder measure, and a little container for possibly char cloth to use with our flint and steel kit. Another tools that were used by the colonial frontiersmen that were very important were the knives, as well as the axes. And I have several different varieties of knives that you'll be able to see here. Some of these made by a very good friend of mine in Kentucky by the name of Jack Hubbard. And he has taken extensive time into research and has handled many original knives to kind of take a look at their architecture, how they were made, how they were put together, so that he can properly reproduce the look and the feel of those period style tools. And the bags come in many, again, shapes and sizes. I have, this is an interesting little setup here. This is what I would call your average basic frontiersman backwoods style bag. And if you can see, yes, it does have a tail and a little bit of fur on it. This is made out of a woodchuck. And it's been bark tanned, which is one of the tanning methods. And then the horn here has an interesting little repair, which is squirrel rawhide. So nothing was wasted on the colonial frontier, and they found ways to adapt and utilize all the materials that they hunted and found. And again, these are just some of the things that you're going to see. You'll be able to see them fired. You'll be able to touch them. You'll be able to get a feel and really have history come to life before your very eyes. Some of the artisans, as I already mentioned, we have a horn maker coming. We have a bag maker coming. My good friend Nathan Kolbuck is coming from Altoona, Pennsylvania. And Nathan is a very interesting character in his own. And his specialty is colonial militia. And he's going to give us several talks on Saturday and Sunday on colonial militia, as well as he's going to have a militia camp set up behind the Chautauqua Suites. He has also studied many different types of art forms, and his art form is kind of unique. These are finger woven. Finger weaving was a Native American art, and we have several pieces of documented originals that we can take a look at. And he has studied these, and he's begun to reproduce these so that we can use these in our interpretations of historical events and individuals. So again, these are just a few of the things that you will be able to see, hear, touch, feel, and again, and more importantly, you'll be able to hear the sounds, have the smells of the wood smoke. You'll be able to see the different items that they are cooking, and we'll be introduced to different aspects of history in Chautauqua County. We also have a group, two groups coming in from Pennsylvania, the French Creek Living History Association and the Company of the Buff. And in with the Company of the Buff, we have our Capitan, Greg Henning. He'll be presenting a short program on Celeron and his expedition down through Chautauqua County and through Chautauqua Lake. So you get to learn a little bit more about the deep-seated European roots from our colonial history in Chautauqua County. So again, we got lots of stuff for you to see here. Come on out to the History Fair during the Bicentennial Fair.